You've been staring at your phone, wondering why she hasn't replied. Maybe she's busy. Maybe she didn't see it. Maybe you said something wrong. Let me stop you right there. The truth is harsh, but simple. If she wanted to, she would. It sounds cold, but it's one of the most liberating realizations you'll ever have. This video is not about blaming anyone. It's about clarity. The idea, if she wanted to, she would, cuts through the noise of overthinking, false hope, and emotional confusion. It's about recognizing when someone's actions don't match their words, and learning to walk away with self-respect intact. And I'd like to start with the proverb, actions speak louder than words. Because actions will always speak louder.
People prioritize what matters to them. That's a simple truth we often complicate when we're emotionally invested. If someone truly wants to see you, talk to you, or be with you, they'll find a way. Not once, not just when it's convenient, but consistently. Because when something is important, people make room for it, even in chaos, even when life is busy. We've all heard the excuses. I'm just bad at texting. I've been really busy. I meant to call you. And yes, sometimes those things are true. Life does get hectic. People do get overwhelmed. But when it becomes a pattern, when you're constantly left wondering, waiting, or second-guessing, it's no longer about circumstance. It's about priorities. Consistency doesn't require perfection. It requires intention. A quick message, a voice note, 5 minutes of genuine attention, that's all it takes to show someone they matter. And when those small acts don't happen, over and over again, you're not being too sensitive for noticing. You're being honest. The problem is we often overcompensate. We justify. We give them the benefit of the doubt, again and again, hoping they'll change, hoping the effort will start to match the feeling. But love, connection, and respect are not one-sided games. You shouldn't have to decode silence or guess what someone feels. You deserve clarity. If they wanted to, they would. That doesn't mean they're a bad person if they don't, but it does mean they're not showing up for you in the way you need. And that's not something to chase. That's something to accept. So protect your energy. Stop explaining your worth to people who treat you like an afterthought. The right people won't keep you in limbo. They'll make you feel chosen, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not.
Hot and cold behavior, where she's affectionate one day and distant the next, isn't romantic tension. It's not playing hard to get, and it's definitely not some deeper emotional mystery you're meant to solve. It's a red flag. Because when someone genuinely values you, they don't keep you guessing. They don't build you up with affection only to pull away the moment you start to feel secure. Inconsistency like this is often a sign of indecision. Or worse, it's a tactic, a way to keep you emotionally hooked without offering anything real. They give you just enough to stay hopeful, but not enough to feel stable. It creates a cycle where you chase the highs, ignore the lows, and convince yourself that the confusion is part of the connection. But it's not connection. It's control. People who care about you don't treat you like a backup plan. They don't breadcrumb you with moments of closeness only to disappear when you need clarity. When someone is serious, they don't act hot and cold. They show up consistently. Their words match their actions. Their presence isn't conditional on attention, mood, or convenience. And yes, it's easy to rationalize the behavior. She's scared, she's been hurt before, she just needs time. Maybe. But you have to ask yourself, how long are you willing to stay confused? How much of your energy are you going to spend trying to earn what should be given freely? You deserve consistency. You deserve peace. You deserve to know where you stand without overanalyzing texts or questioning your worth. So if someone keeps swinging between warm and distant, don't romanticize it. Recognize it. Because love isn't supposed to leave you anxious. It's supposed to feel safe. And anyone who truly wants to be in your life will act like it. Every time. We often project our own intentions onto others. We assume that if we would stay, they will. If we'd communicate, they'll reach out. If we'd try, they'll try too. But that's not always the case. Just because you would go the extra mile for someone doesn't mean they're willing or even capable of doing the same for you. It's one of the hardest lessons to learn. People don't love the way you love. They don't care the way you care. And they don't always see the value in what you're offering. Not because something is wrong with you, but because their priorities, capacities, and emotional maturity may be different. Sometimes we cling to the hope that if we just love harder, wait longer, or prove our worth, they'll finally show up the way we need them to. But that kind of loyalty to potential can be exhausting. It puts your healing on pause. It keeps you stuck in patterns of almost, maybe, and someday. But here's the truth. If someone wanted to be in your life, fully, presently, consistently, they would be. You wouldn't have to chase. You wouldn't have to guess. You wouldn't have to shrink your needs just to keep them close. Yes, it's painful to accept that the person you care about doesn't feel the same way. It hurts to realize your depth wasn't met with reciprocity. But this understanding, as heavy as it is, sets you free. Free from overthinking, free from waiting, free from trying to earn what was never being offered in the first place. Stop giving energy to people who only confuse you. Stop assigning meaning to silence or mixed signals. And most importantly, stop assuming everyone has your heart. They don't. And that's okay, because the right people won't need convincing. They'll match your effort. They'll value your presence. They'll see your depth and meet you there. Until then, don't lower your standard just to feel seen. Protect your energy and give it to those who speak your emotional language without needing translation. You text her "good morning" every day for a week. She responds twice, short replies, hours later. You tell yourself she's just overwhelmed, or maybe she's bad at texting. But then you see her posting stories, going out, living life, laughing with friends. The truth hits hard. She's not too busy. She's just not that into you. And that's not something to take personally. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means you're not her priority. And that's all the clarity you need. Mixed signals are still signals. If someone wants you in their life, they'll make space. They'll respond with intention. They'll meet your effort. You don't need to beg for attention, decode silence, or justify someone else's lack of interest. That energy, it's better spent on someone who sees your value and acts like it. So stop chasing potential, start accepting patterns, and walk away with your dignity intact. If she wanted to, she would isn't a bitter statement. It's a reality check. It's not an attack on her character or a reason to carry resentment. It's a reminder to stop pouring your time, energy, and self-worth into someone who isn't meeting you halfway. Maybe she's confused. Maybe she's healing. Or maybe she's just not ready. And that's okay. But it doesn't change the fact that you deserve clarity, not confusion. Effort, not excuses. Presence, not potential. When someone truly wants to be in your life, they won't leave you wondering. They won't make you feel like an option. So instead of analyzing every message or hoping for a change of heart, shift your focus. Start showing up for yourself the way you wish they would. Because the right person won't need to be chased. They'll choose you, clearly and consistently. Until then, protect your peace. Let go, and move forward with self-respect. Don't confuse someone being around with someone being there for you. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your attention.